Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Football Heritage. We're back again after over 2 months, and I've been going through some difficulties, and I lost my dad in September, so I had to take a break. But I cannot move forever. Even though it is really tough for me, it has been really difficult, but it is the will of God and nothing I can do about it. So I don't want to sit all alone and move for me to be depressed, because that's why I'm back again with the Football Heritage, because this is the one of the only thing, one if not the only thing that bring me happiness right now, that bring joy to me. Watching football, talking about football, because it has been very difficult for me for the past 1 year plus. Last year I lost my mom, and this year September I lost my dad. So I've not been in a better place. It has been very difficult for me, but it is the will of Allah. There's no one can question him. He just said be, and it is, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. So life goes on, and pray every day for God to give my parents Al-Jannah, forgive their sin, and for them to rest in perpetual peace. So welcome back. We're back again, and today I will be looking at a few things. Specifically, the one I will start with is the Manchester United manager, Ruben Amorim. This guy, I don't think he should be the Manchester United manager anymore. I think the club should just fire him for the best of the football club, because he has already failed at this football club, and I don't think there is a way back for Amorim. I don't think there's a way back for Amorim, because his tenure so far has been a disaster. A complete disaster. Amorim tenure at Manchester United has been a complete disaster. He has been terrible. He has been in charge of this football club for 1 year now, but it has been a complete failure. A complete failure. Last season, we gave him grace for last season. We gave him grace, even though he performed dismally last season. Our performances were pathetic. Every game we played last season, absolute shambles. And this season, Amorim is on similar path. We had a disastrous season last season, and nothing, absolutely nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Same old, nothing changed. Nothing has changed at the football club. Let's look at his decision making. The decision he made during the summer. Manchester United, a team from the Saudi Pro League, offered Manchester United about £100 million for an aging Bruno Fernandes. £100 million for an aging Bruno Fernandes. Instead of the coach moving Bruno Fernandes on to replace him with two central midfielders, he refused to do it. He said Bruno is part of the team. He will be one of the main players in the team. And he rejected. He said to Bruno should be the one to decide whether he wants to play or leaves the football club. How a coach will leave such decision with Bruno Fernandes? Instead, he kept Bruno and he bought two number 10s in the transfer window, Matthias Cunha and Brian Mbeumo. And his system, he plays with two number 10s. We already have Bruno Fernandes at the football club as a number 10. Amad Diallo as a number 10, even though sometimes he plays wing-back position. We also have Mason Mount as a 10 at the football club. Yet Amorim refused to move Bruno on for about £100 million, which could have been used to buy two good midfielders. But he didn't do it. He kept Bruno Fernandes and bought two other number 10s. And the two 10s he bought, whenever they are fit, they have to start. So now, because he's not starting Bruno no more in the 10, and he doesn't want to bench Bruno Fernandes, the coach decided to play Bruno Fernandes as an 8 this season. So that is on the coach deciding to move Bruno in the middle of the park. That decision is on the coach. He made that decision. The coach made that decision to move Bruno in a 10 position. So it has been a failure so far. We've gone 12 games in the season. We have just 18 points. 18 points from 12 games. Absolute failure or disaster. A complete shambles. This is what our football club, this football club have turned into. This manager has turned this football club into a laughing stock. So, here is the problem. Moving Bruno Fernandes in the middle of the park created two problems. Bruno playing as a 10, even though he always gave the ball away, but yet he creates the most chances and he also scores a lot of goals playing number 10 position. But moving Bruno from the 10 position, it has limited him. He doesn't score enough goals no more. He doesn't create a lot of chances like before. And in a position which of course he is not effective in. He doesn't know what he's doing in that position. He has been a complete liability. And yet, the manager doesn't play Kobe Mainoo or Manuel Ugarte in the middle of the park as options. And we all, most of the United fans, we have been watching the game. We have eyes to see Bruno playing in that position. It has been absolutely terrible. He has been terrible in that position. Pathetic. Dismal performance after another dismal performance. But yet, he starts every game and he ends every game. That is on the coach. So, how terrible is Kobe Mainoo? How terrible is Manuel Ugarte that they cannot play in that position? Even though Bruno playing in that position has been a complete disaster. But yet, Manuel Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo cannot get a lot of games under that belt. They don't even start. Kobe has not started a Premier League game this season. So what is the coach trying to do? How terrible is Kobe? How terrible is Ugarte that they cannot play in front of Casemiro, who doesn't have the legs no more to cover ground in the middle of the park? Manchester United, we have, if not the West, but the one of the worst midfield in a Premier League this season, if not the worst midfield. In my humble opinion, I think Manchester United have the worst midfield in the Premier League this season. There is no team in the Premier League from Burnley, from Wolves, who is 20 play, all the way to Arsenal. There is no team in the Premier League that Manchester United midfield better than. That duo, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, will never and ever work. And the manager has been stubborn. It will never work. There is no way pairing Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes going to work in the Premier League. First of all, Bruno Fernandes, he doesn't understand that role. He doesn't track his runner. Most of the goals United have conceded this season, if you had a better midfield, we wouldn't have conceded 50% of those goals. Bruno doesn't track his runner. We see it game after game. Failure to track his runner, the opposition team score game after game. He is not disciplined enough. This is the guy who runs around the pitch like a headless chicken. He isn't disciplined enough to play in the middle of the park. But yet, the coach has decided to use him from start to finish every game. No matter how terrible Bruno Fernandes is, he will start and end game. That is on the coach. That is not a good coach. That is not a behavior. That is not a behavior of a good coach. So, this is the time. The season is still young. This is the time for Ineos to get rid of this guy. He's a fraud. I'm done. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But the Everton game, since that Everton game, I'm done. I'm done with this guy. There is no way this guy can make a comeback. We will win games here and there. We'll win 1 or 2 games. Then we lose 2-3 and draw 2-3. Is that a way foul? Is Manchester United a mid-table club now? This guy finishing 15 last season, that was a sackable offense. He should have been fired no matter what. Whether he were appointed 10 game remaining of the season, he should have been fired. The post Sir Alex Ferguson era, this guy is the worst Manchester United manager. The worst. And after Fergie, we have had a lot of bad times. We had Jose. We had a lot of bad time under Jose. First, David Moyes. We had a lot of bad time under Moyes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ralph Rangnick. Eric Ten Hag. And now this guy. With all those managers, Ruben Amorim is the worst. Look at the Everton game. How can a team, how can you lose against 10 men Everton? Look at what happened to Everton today. They get absolutely slapped. They were slapped 4-1 at home at Goodison Park against Newcastle United. Look, they got slapped today. But those guys, Everton went down to 10 men in the 13 minutes of the game. But they won. It was 0-0 when they had Idrissa Gueye sent off. But what happened? Everton scored and they defended. They won 1-0. And this guy couldn't change his tactics. He couldn't change his system. Where in the world you will be playing at home? Not their respect to Everton, but Everton is a small football club as compared to Manchester United. It's a small club. How you playing home against Everton with one man advantage, yet you still playing with a back five? That was a sackable offense. He should have been fired right after the game. But the owners of this football club, Sir Jean Ratcliffe and the Glazer, I think, I'm not even thinking no more, they are our worst problem. In fact, I don't think Sir Jean Ratcliffe is a Manchester United fan like me. Because if Jean Ratcliffe is a Manchester United fan, Amorim will be out of the door. Because from one sackable offense to another, yet this guy still have a job. He shouldn't be a coach of Manchester United. How can he still have a job from one sackable offense to another? Yet Amorim, he's still the coach of our football club. Why should we allow this? And nothing going to change. Nothing going to change. Absolutely nothing. This is a guy who, no matter what, he will still play with a bad fire. Against 10 men. Against 10 men. You still play with a bad fire. From the 13 minutes of the game, there were 10 men on the pitch from the 13 minutes all the way to 90 plus the stoppage time. Everton, they were down to 10 men. Yet, Ruben, Haram football, Amorim, still maintain his formation with a back playing with a back fire against 10 men. He is absolutely dreadful. He's a terrible manager. He's terrible. He should be fired because there is no way we will not see the light at the end of the tunnel under Amorim. This guy has been the coach. His winning percentage is like 35% win ratio. He has won 35% of the games he has been in charge at this football club. Isn't that a sackable offense? He should be fired. 33%. I'm saying 30. It's not 35 this season. He has won at 33%. We played 12 games. He won 4. He won 4 games. He won 5. Okay, 35%. I'm sorry. It's correct. 35%. He's a terrible coach. He should be fired. And time is running out. This guy, it is time for him to go. I don't care. Tomorrow, I can see all winning. And I don't want to hear anything. This is and the one that can really make me angry. Our club is not in Europe. We don't play in the Conference League because we were awful. We didn't qualify for any European tournament. The Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, we are not in any of those competitions. We are not in any of those competitions. But yet, other teams will play in Europe in May week. We get the entire week to prepare. But yet, when we go into those games, we look like the team that play 2 games in May week. That we play on a Tuesday and a Thursday, then play on Sunday. That's how we play. That's how pathetic we are. That's how terrible we are. And Ruben Amorim, he has not improved those players. So there's no way on earth we should keep this guy. Absolutely not. We shouldn't keep him. We should get rid of him. I don't care. We should get rid of him. Playing with a backfire against 10 men, he should have been gone right after the final whistle. Tomorrow game, it will not be easy. And Matthias Cunha is out. He's going to play with backfire. So, the Premier League so far, because I've been away for over 2 months and just returning to the channel, so a lot of things have happened, a lot of games have played, and Arsenal so far currently they are 6 points ahead of play Chelsea. They play Chelsea tomorrow at Stamford Bridge. That's going to be a good game because if Arsenal, if they can win that game, I don't see anything catching them except they have a collapse in the season because like Man City, they are not the Man City that we all know. The kind of Man City Pep Guardiola been coaching. They are not good enough defensively. They are not, even though they have a very good goalkeeper in Gigi Donnarumma, but defensively they are terrible. Even in the middle of the park, and they are highly relying on Erling Haaland for goals. They rely on Haaland too much. And it's going to be difficult for City to win the Premier League this season. Arsenal, this is, in my opinion, this is Arsenal's best opportunity for the past 20 years to win the Premier League. 22 years to win the Premier League. Because, in my opinion, again, it is my opinion. In my opinion, Arsenal has the best team currently in Europe, the best squad in Europe, because they have a lot of players. You can name a good 18 players from the Arsenal squad. Even with injury, they have players to fill in a gap for those injured players. They are the only team that when I look at in Europe, they have good players on their bench. They have a perfect squad that can compete in the Premier League this season and also in the Champions League. But it's still early. You never know what will happen. Like last season, if somebody would have told me in November or December that Paris Saint-Germain will win the Champions League, I would have told you, move from in front of me, get out of my face. There's no chance Paris going to win. But we all saw January, Paris, they were magnificent from January to June. So things can change. This is football. But right now, today, November 29, as I'm speaking, right now, Arsenal, they have the best squad in Europe. I'm not talking about the starting 11. We know a lot of teams that even the Bayern Munich, their starting 11 is good. And few teams, Barcelona, they get a good starting 11. There are few teams have good starting 11. But as a squad, the depth Arsenal have, there is no team in you have that depth. Their squad is very, very deep. So this is the time. And Liverpool, they have been terrible. Oh my God. They have been absolutely dreadful. So there is no chance that Liverpool going to defend a Premier League title. No chance. I don't see that because the defense is so terrible. The defense of Liverpool is absolutely dreadful. Konate, he is playing like a schoolboy defender right now. There is no confidence. His confidence is gone. And Virgil van Dijk, he has been pathetic in defense. They are conceding a lot of goals, and they are now scoring it before. And there are new players they have signed, none of them performing. And the old ones that performed last season, the Gravenberg, he has been awful. Mo Salah, dreadful. He's not the Mo Salah of yesterday. He is done. McAllister, finished. So the entire squad has been dreadful. Having spent over 430 million pounds on new signing. This is the Liverpool squad that barely win game. They have lost 6 of their last 7 Premier League games. So I can see Liverpool, Man City, they are a little bit in the title race, but I don't think, unless they pick up 4 and win 10, 15 games on the bounce, but that will be difficult for them because they don't have the squad to do that, to win a lot of games in a row. And defensively, Arsenal, they have the best defense in Europe, hands down. There is no team in Europe get a better defense than Arsenal. They barely concede goal. And this is the problem. If you are not conceding a lot of goals, you may win the title. You will win the title. In fact, I'm not even using might or maybe. You will win the title if you keep a lot of clean sheet. Because even no matter how difficult the game is, if you can keep it tight at the back, you may nick a goal to win 1-0. And that's what Arsenal is doing. Because they have the defense to do it. It reminds me of the Manchester United team 2008-2009 season. The team that kept 14 clean sheet, 14 consecutive clean sheet in the Premier League. Ever, the first thing ever in the history of the Premier League to keep 14 clean sheet in a row. Manchester United played 14 games in a row. They didn't concede a single goal. So that alone made Man United to win the Premier League that season. 14 games in a row without conceding a single goal. And Arsenal, they have conceded the least goal in the Premier League. Their defense is very, very strong. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just came here to just talk a little bit, particularly about Amorim, that our football club should fire him because there is no way he can turn it around. He will continue to lose here and there and win 1 or 2 games, lose 2, 3, draw and win one or 2 games just like that every time. He has been at the football club for 1 year, nothing has changed. The same thing, we cannot continue like this. Our club should not be a mid-table club. So this is the time to get rid of him. And having been away for over 2 months, I'm glad to be back. And pray that we all continue. So this is the football heritage. And we'll be back here with our regular program. I just came here to let everybody know that we are back after my bereavement. We're back and we pray to continue so we can come here and have fun, have our say, discuss the post-match, the pre-match analysis and the post-match analysis. So thank you very much for listening. And you guys can have a pleasant night. Peace.